Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My dear colleagues, we'll start now, while waiting for others because our training is already here. So thank you very much for your participation. So since this semester we are having a bit different practice. Normally we have final examination. We have all the printed question papers. The students are sitting on the in the hall to to answer, to do the examination. But this semester we are having a bit different practice, different exercise. So I think it's important for us, for the kuliah to conduct this training just in case, if there is any question or any information that we are not familiar with. Some of us are not familiar with iTaklim even. So I think it's important for us, so with this, it's important for the kuliah to conduct this training. So we are having 2 sessions, today online, tomorrow will be face to face. So if you need more, information, you are not satisfied with the online training, so you want more information, so you may register for tomorrow's session. It is only limited for 30 participants. Okay, for today, we have Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Fiham bin Muhammad Ghalib, from the Department, lecturer of our own colleague from the Department of Arabic Language and Literature. He's quite, I would say, he's expert, I would say, in iTaklim. He's been conducted quite number of workshops and trainings on iTaklim. So he'll be, inshallah, guiding us on how we're supposed to create folder for uploading our question papers, how to schedule it so that it will be shared on the time itself, not to be uploaded and students will see before the time. And what's important also, most probably, Dr. Fehan will also be sharing with us on how to mark the papers, do the marking online, or offline. So that will be shared by Associate Professor Dr. Fiham, and some other information which maybe Dr. Fiham may feel is important for us to know, using iTaklim, conducting assessment, our final assessment using iTaklim. So Dr. Fiham, so please, I would like to then leave it to Dr. Fiham, to guide us on what to do. Thank you, Dr. Fiham. Okay, please, Dr. Fiham. Selamat.
Okay, pertaining to the session, which is assessment, we move to the next stage of assessment where we will do assessment for handling or conducting our final examination. Okay, so in order to do so, there are certain, I would say, areas that we should concern. Okay. But Alhamdulillah, since the kuliah has prepared what we call flow chart or flow process for handling examination, and I believe that the video clip of how to do the examination online and open book examination, I think by Dr. Jasmawati, pertaining to how to do the examination open book online. So that will help us a lot, and I will base my sharing today on the flow process as provided by the kuliah. Okay, so I will go step by step, whatever stated in the SOP and the flow chart. I will implement those how to do and implement this step inside our iTaklim platform. Okay. So I may just share with all of you my screen so that you may see how these things happen. Okay. No, present now. Okay. My screen. Okay, allow. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Can you see my screen? Okay. Just wait for a couple of seconds. Maybe the connection is quite slow. So, but after I think you should have my screen on yours. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is actually the flow process
Yes.
of our what been issued by our kuliah, and in particular Deputy Dean of the Academic Affairs of the kuliah. As stated, okay, as stated, where from the first we have the first step, and then the starting step for the open book. Then from the department, we go to DEAC to distribute and vetted question papers to all lecturers. And then after second step, we move to the third step. Third step, lecturers to upload all their question papers in iTa'lim, latest by 28 July 2020. So this is the implementation where we will use iTa'lim. Okay, so this part we will use iTa'lim for this purpose. I put it a symbol or a sign there, iTa'lim 1. Okay, so I will explain this step later in iTa'lim and in my presentation. And then we move to where step 4, the lecturers should go and explain the nature of the examination protocol with your student. This should be done using the synchronized session, you and your students. Okay, so the explanation should be given clearly to your student. Any question you should respond, and then get your student clear whatever protocol that you will they will undergo during the examination, during the open book examination, whatever type of examination, maybe in a MCQ question like format. Okay, so it should be explained clearly to your student during step 4, where you will have a synchronized session with your student. Next, step 5, lecturers are supposed to be on standby during the time where you open the final examination question to your student. And during this period, it may consume couple of hours. It may take even one whole day. It may take longer than that. So based on the time that you specify in the examination, you should make yourself available. Okay, you should be on standby. Okay, so this is step 5. Right. And then next, step 6, where lecturers should ensure that students submit their answer scripts on time. This is in iTa'lim. Okay, so I put here symbol iTa'lim 2. I will explain how this can be done in our, later after this. And then at least the submission should be done, I've been informed, not half an hour before the deadline. Okay, so before the deadline, it should be made clear to your student that they should do the submission 1 hour before the deadline. Okay, so this is the nature of explanation, and students should understand that due to maybe as a precaution step, as a precaution, maybe the system or maybe the internet, from their side, the electricity is down from their side. So many things can happen. Okay, so that's why we need kind of flexibility as well as buffering time. Okay, for the submission to be done. This is iTa'lim 2. I put there a symbol. I will explain that later. For iTa'lim 3, this is where you check your attendance, your students' attendance. This is actually simply can be done right from the iTa'lim, where those with submission, we can see that they have submitted the answer script. For those with no submission, there is no indication stating that the answer script have been submitted. So easily can be done. I put here iTa'lim 3 symbol. And then next, iTa'lim 4, where you download all your answer script. Cool. So we need some explanation here. I put the symbol as iTa'lim 4, how you can download all the answer scripts, okay, from your student and then onto your laptop, and you will do the marking later offline. Okay, need not to have internet connection in order to do the marking. Well, as for print answer script, for those maybe you would prefer that the answer script to be printed. So this is there's no relation with iTalim. You can do that on your own, and then you can even manage that with the office if your office can assist you on that. Department to this is later after that for validation purposes, and later the marks will be submitted. Of course, this is has no relation with iTalim. We stop up to iTalim symbol number 4. Okay, so those are the steps that I will explain, okay, in our iTalim. Okay, plus there are some issues that I will share, okay, with the rest in using iTalim. So this is the the topic of our sharing session today. I'll move to the outline of the session. I have explained item 1, I guess, just now, the process flow of how to handle the open examination book. Open book examination as your final exam to your students, and then how the iTalim can be explained in terms of those steps in the process flow, and I put highlight, okay, a number iTalim 1, 2, 3 up to iTalim 4. So those are the steps that I will explain in iTalim. And then some issues, okay, there are some issues pertaining to maybe you want to use rubrics for the marking. You can do so, and then iTalim can assist you in doing so. Or maybe you want to use Stir-it in. Okay, maybe some of you want to use Stir-it in. So I will just explain what are the nature of the issues related to Stir-it in, and how maybe you can use that service for checking the similarity index of your student. So step 1.
Tak apalah, tak apa. Dia bawa introduction.
For step 1, which is just now, where you will upload your question papers, okay, in iTalim, latest by 28. Even you can upload, starting uploading the question now, even now, okay. So in order to do so, uploading the question, your question paper online via iTalim, okay, you must use a module. We call it assignment module. Okay, why it is assignment? I want to do final exam. Maybe a question raised. Question may raise. Why I want to use assignment? Actually I want to do a final exam. Well, assignment module is a module. You can do with that module many types of assessment activities, including normal assignment or project, or maybe final exam. Okay, you can do so using assignment module. And then you will set all these settings, okay, in order to make sure that the final exam been conducted in the way of what you want. Okay. The second is that you must prepare. I believe that you have the instruction and the answer script together in one single file. Okay, you must put there. Ready, and then you must decide the availability of the time, examination time. And then submission file. Okay, you must also decide what is the type or the nature of the submission. Is it a file, or is it something else, or is it some kind of like online text? Okay, and then feedback. Okay, so just make sure that you tick offline grading worksheet. Okay. And then submission setting, declaration, and then restrict access date details. Okay, where is it in iTalim? Okay, just want to show you where. Okay, so we move to iTalim now. So inside iTalim, just go to your course. Okay, so this is your course. So just select from the dashboard. Okay, just select what is make sure that you have the correct course code along with the section. Okay, of yours. Okay, so make sure that you go to the right location. So for me, just like whatever I have here with me. Okay, so this is my subject, and then this is the first page of my subject content, which is clearly the reason why I select this subject is that because it's empty, so I can show you clearly step by steps, and then the components element will be clearly stated on screen. Okay, so in order to do so, just click right from iTalim, turn editing on. Okay, where you can edit the content, you can add elements, you can add activities, even you can add resources. But our purpose here now is to add activity. We consider it as final examination, open book. Okay, open book final examination.
Can we ask question? I just want to know who upload this, the final examination, open book, final examination, and MCQ.
I created it earlier. This is for the purpose of this training.
No, in our course, in our for our courses, do we have to upload ourselves, or is being uploaded by the DDA office?
I believe this is from the respective instructor.
So
From
we
the respective
upload. Can we,
database.
right now we upload it now? Can we create it? Can we create it now?
Yeah, you can do so.
Okay. All right.
You can you can do so, but I think well, if you can follow, and at the same time you do creating the final examination item there inside your course content. If you can follow step by step, is okay. Or else because I believe that the video is our session is recorded. You can always refer, okay, to the recording of this session for to follow clearly step by step things that I'm going to explain later. Okay, because we have right now nearly about 1 hour and a half. Okay, in order to for this sharing session, if you have any question, you can just ask me. I will more than happy to respond. Okay, so once you are here, you click add activity or resource, and then from there, the module that you're going to use for your open book, okay, final examination is assignment, okay, as I stated earlier, okay. So this is the module. Click the add. Okay, now just name it final examination. Put there open book. Okay, you can name whatever name that but it's supposed to be explaining the nature of the item, which is final examination, and it's open book final examination. Okay, okay, once done, okay, so once done, I'm using assignment module. I need to add additional file. This is actually the file supplied by the Kuliah. I think the file is as everyone, you must have this file, which is from the Kuliah. This is the file. Okay, this is the file, which consists of the instructions, and then the details of the timing, and then your course code, title, and then the rest, along with the information, detailed information to the students, and the answer script. Again, this is the question. Okay, this is the question, and then the answer script, the answer book. Okay, so student will start doing adding their answer from this section onwards. Okay, so this is all these steps should be explained clearly to your students. This is right from the first where step 4. Okay, you should explain those to your students, okay, clearly what should be done by the student, by them, in order to do the final examination, open book final exam. Okay, and how to save the file, whatever steps. Okay, I need not to go in details or all these steps, because our purpose is to make sure that the examination can be conducted and how to conduct those the examination using iTalim. Okay.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Prof.
Lastly,
I
yeah.
Prof, I would like to know. I would like to ask.
question is
We have to like explain to our students about the protocol of the examination. When is the best time to do it? Is it like 1 hour before the examination starts, or we can do it before the examination week started, like next week?
You can do it now.
Oh, we can.
Even
Ah.
you can do it as soon as possible. Okay, the sooner the better, so they may know the protocols only. The protocols, what they need to do, and what are the steps, like saving the file. Where is it just now? Saving the files using a specific name file. Okay, using their metric number, course code, and then semester. Okay, so on and so forth. And then once done, put the answer script along with the number. Where is it?
can we
With the
upload this
metric
in the
number.
e-Ta'lim?
Okay.
Can we upload this
Yes.
e-Ta'lim now? This instruction, for them to
Yeah, you can do so. I think it can be
You
done
know,
because it's only explanation of how to do the open book examination.
yeah. Can they read?
The question script yet to be given.
Yeah,
So just
correct. But then
give
can
them
we
the
upload
instruction.
this and let them read it themselves? With our explanation also, if they have any question. But
Yeah.
without the question, I mean, meaning the templates only. Is it okay to give it to them now, because some of it are pretty new for them?
Yeah, it's quite I would say pretty tedious in terms of some of the steps. They need to know that earlier.
So if you want to
Okay,
give it,
I think from DDPG, DD Academy, is that okay, Dr. Aini?
Yes, you may do so. In fact, of course,
It's only instructions.
as early as you could, but please make sure don't upload all the question papers. Yeah.
There's a big
upload this
content that
template.
you must know.
I think all of us not to upload the question paper, but you may
Okay.
do so even now. Can we please leave the question here?
Exactly what you have given us, this template, without any editing at all, except the instruction, that that we ask them to be familiarized with the steps.
Yes.
Okay, done. Okay, so no issue then. You can upload as an item in iTalim, and then student can have access to the file, and then all instruction can be read online by them. Okay, next we move to availability. Okay, so this is the important thing. In order to decide the availability, where is it? Okay, the availability. Okay, you must decide when is your exam time. Say for example, my exam time is one whole day on 20 or on maybe 30th, okay, of July. Okay, and then it will start right from 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay, and then it will stop morning one whole day, and then it will end tomorrow, the day after, which is 31st of July, and 9 o'clock as well. Okay, 9 o'clock. Or maybe because the buffering time is 1 hour, so you may add 9 to 8, okay? And the buffering time is like cutoff, we call it cutoff date, okay? Cutoff date is 31st. We enable the cutoff date, which is also 31st, and then 9. Okay. So how to read this? The submission allows submission starting from 30th July, 9 a.m. And then it will end 31st July, 8 a.m. I put here 8 a.m. This is 1 hour before the time ends. The time ends 9 a.m. actually. So from 9 from 8 to 9, we have 1 hour as a buffering time for them to do the submission. Okay. cut-off date after this time, after 9 a.m., 31st July, student wouldn't be able to do submission. Okay. Can you understand me? Any question pertaining to the availability? It's quite
Just
tricky,
repeat
but
again.
if you're used to it, you may know. Okay.
Please repeat, Doctor. Thank you.
Okay. Once again, I decided that I want to, I open the examination period for my student one whole day. Okay, one whole day, which is starting from 9 to 9. Okay, 9 morning, 9 morning the next day. So I will start by on 30th. I will open the examination 30th of July, 9 a.m. I will end it 31st of July, 8 a.m. because I have 1 hour for them to do the submission. Okay, during from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. I put here cutoff date 9 a.m. because after 9 a.m. they wouldn't be able to do the submission. Can that's can you understand that? Okay. So it can be in this way, or it can be in a form of you want to give extra time to your student, you just put there 9 and then up to 10, you add another 1 hour as a buffering time. It's okay as well. Okay. So it's like that from 9 to 10, they must do the submission. After 10, wouldn't be able to do the submission. The one stated, okay, in the examination period is 9 to 9, but 9 to 10 is buffering time. So it's up to you when you do the when you have to do the buffering time. It is within the 9 to 9 or after 9 to 9. Okay. I think it's not a big deal.
Dr. Fiham.
It's not a big deal. If it is after 9 a.m. or before 9 a.m., it's just 1 hour. But
Dr.
remind
Fiham.
them to do the submission. Yes.
This is for the exam duration of 24 hours, is it?
This is for 24 hours. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
24 hours. One whole day, which is 24 hours. So if you have examination, say for example, like half day, maybe 6 hours. So you have to decide what is the time for them to do the submission. Okay, you must decide. Okay, maybe if it is like 6 hours, okay, time examination period, and then you must add 1 hour after that for the buffering for them to do the submissions. Okay. So I think for Dr. Aini, is you have to decide. I think better after the due date lah. So you cut off date after that. We have 1 hour for them to do the submission. So it's up to you how to deal with that. But the functionality is there. Okay, the functionality is there. If you feel that you want to make it 9 to 9 on the dot finish, so you have to somehow back it a little bit and then add to 9. So after 9 they wouldn't be able to do submission. So they have 1 hour, 9 to 8 to do the submission. Okay.
Isn't it
So I think this is clear. Okay. There is no unless that you want to do after or before, only that.
I was told by CPD, Dr. Fiham, Dr. Mira, she mentioned buffering time is about 15 minutes. So should that be okay? I think for us to put at the cut off just 15 minutes after the deadline.
For me, 15 minutes is that short. Thinking that you have quite big number of students, and then people want to do the submission, and thinking that maybe some of them may experience internet problem or connection problems. So within that 15 minutes, you may need longer.
But in the instruction, the guideline, they can submit 3 times, isn't it? Maximum of 3 times.
No. That one is they can always edit the submission. They can do the submission earlier and then submit once again. It doesn't matter.
They submit one and then they look back again, they submit the second time.
Within the time limit,
they submit 3 times.
They can edit,
right.
Because
I have a question.
Yeah.
Dr. Fiham, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Okay. This process is compulsory for final exam, or any form of test also should go through this process?
This is for final exam.
final exam.
I
In our
dedicated for
case,
final exam.
in our
That's why
case,
I put here cut-off date.
okay.
If
Dr. Shaham,
it is like normal assignment, normally I wouldn't enable cut-off date because they can still do the submission. It will be noted as late submission only.
okay, doctor. Second thing,
But yeah,
in our case, we do not have final exam, and we have divided the assessment into 3 or 4 kinds: first test, second test, and then internet assignment, and then group research project, and we have given them the time. So in which case you expect everything to be submitted to iTalim, or they can submit through their through our email or WhatsApp?
submitting through iTalim will manage, will assist you in managing the
Okay.
assignments.
Okay.
If you ask a student to do the submission via email, you will see that the messages mixed with your personal,
True,
with
I
your
agree.
official,
Yes, yes.
so jumble up. Okay,
Okay.
all those messages.
Okay,
So to
fine.
manage better, I mean, I would suggest that you use iTalim.
Okay, okay, doctor.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I think I can move further because the purpose is to share. I mean, how to do the final open book. Okay, final examination. Okay, next step. Okay, next step. After availability, submission file type. Okay, submission type. For submission type, this is the section. So make sure that you enable file submission. This is the default value, but just to make sure that the file submission is selected. And then the maximum file size allow is 20 megabyte. If you need more, I mean, you have to communicate. I mean, officially, the Kuliah need to communicate with CPD. But I think for 20 megabyte file size, this is more than enough for them to do the submission for a file consists of only text. Okay, because the nature of the answer script, I've been informed that it is in the form of text only. There is no pictures, there is no video, there is no audio. Okay, so if it is text only, 20 megabyte is like volumes of thesis. Okay, volumes of thesis. So it's more than enough. Okay, it's more than enough. Unless maybe some of you want to ask your student to also include videos, also include files, also include pictures. Okay, you may consider because 20 megabyte might not be enough. Okay.
This one, the maximum number of uploaded file is just one, not.
Maximum number, I would suggest only one single answer script. Yeah.
This one, maximum number of uploaded file.
Yeah, it's one. It's one.
Is one. What if the students want to submit 3 times?
If you want to, prior to the, I go through the guidelines. The submission is like there is first draft, second draft, third draft.
Yeah.
From my point of view, you can always add that 3, but well, it's up to how you want to handle that with your student. If it is 3 times, so every single you can always add, and then every single after half an hour the submission done. After half an hour, submission done, like that.
All right.
Okay, for me, I would really suggest only one. If the submission submitted earlier, if the file submitted earlier, and then the time is still there, student can always delete the file and replace with the new one.
Oh, okay.
So no need for first draft, second draft, no need for that. As long as the submission is there with a file, which the recent one as submitted by the student, so it's okay.
Okay. Thanks.
So no need to have more than that. Okay. Because the functionality is there. Student when they do the submission, they can always edit. Okay, they can always edit the submission. Okay. Right from within the time period given. After the time period, after the cutoff date, with the time stated, they wouldn't be able to edit and access the assignment, the final exam anymore. Okay. So make sure that this is file submission. Okay. Next, we have feedback types. Okay. For feedback types, you just go here, feedback types. Make sure you enable offline grading worksheet. Okay. So once you enable, you have a list. Okay, this will guide you to have a list of names along with the column for you to add later the marks, and then the marks can be imported back to iTalim. Okay, if you want to use iTalim as your platform for managing your student marks. Okay, so feedback is okay. Yeah, whether you want to select it or not, because this item wouldn't be able to be accessed by your students, so feedback may not be that meaningful here, but this is the default value. Okay, and then next we have submission settings. Okay, submission settings. For submission settings, make sure you enable the second option, which is require the student accept the submission statement. Make it yes. Okay, because this will the system will trigger a message like declaration message for them to click yes in order to do the submission. That declaration message is actually like academic integrity message for the student. To click yes in order to do the submission. They have to read, go through the message, and then they click yes. Okay, so you want to display this message to your student. So we call it a precautious step lah. Okay, to ensure that they do their original work. The work is done on their own. Okay, so those statements. Okay. So just make sure you select here yes. And then next, after that, restrict access. Okay, this is another one. Okay, so availability done. Okay, availability done, all done. Okay, file. I forgot to put here the file, which is this file. Okay, which is the guide file. The complete guide file. You have to put here the complete guide file along with the questions. Okay, so you must take that and put it here. Okay, done. So I have the file, additional file, and the additional file. So then you move to restrict access. Okay, this is the most important thing. Again, where the assignment ready, but you must put here the timing when the assignment can be made accessible to your students. Okay, to your students. So you have to restrict. The timing can only be open to your student. The date. Which is 30th July. Okay. Similar as above. Okay, and then so during this date, they can access this item. So starting from 30th July, 9 a.m., they can have access to this item. So once done all this, save and return to course. So when you save and return to course, student wouldn't be able to have access this item unless after 30th of July, 9 a.m. See that? They wouldn't be able to click even. Okay? They wouldn't be able to click. I'm as an instructor, I can click lah, because I'm an instructor. I can see whatever. So this is the nature of the item of your final exams. Once I click, there is the details of the timing. It should be starting from the timing, which is 30th of July, 9 a.m. And then it will end 8 a.m. because I put buffering time 1 hour before the end. So 8 a.m. Okay, so this is the nature of the submission of our final exam and open book final examination. Student can always click and then see the content, okay, and then download the additional file. Then they have the file with them, and then open and then see the content and start reading the question and answering the question right from the file and save the file later after that. Okay, so that will be iTalim 1. Is that clear? Is that clear? Is there any question? Turning to that?
So student will student will press will click which one when they on the date of the examination. Is it this one?
They will click this item. This item will be made available. Okay, the system will enable this item starting from 30th July.
30th July on the 9th. Okay,
Yeah.
so they will click this, then they will get the whole booklet with the instructions.
They will have this interface.
Yes, and then they press this.
From your explanation with your student, you should explain. You should explain well where right from the item you have this file. Make sure you download the file. You read the instruction as I have explained to you, and then answer the question. Read the question and answer your put your answer right from the file itself, and then submit it back. Things like that.
Okay.
It will make clear to your student.
Dr. Fiam, I have a question to you.
Yeah, please.
Okay, let's say some of the students, if because of any problem in their net, unable to submit within the deadline, failed to submit it, can we allow him to send it again through our email?
If there is the case, it's exceptional case lah.
Yes.
I would suggest that maybe the submission
it can happen
be done by
in my previous experience, it happened to number of students. They have problem, they sent twice, but still I could not get it. Later on, someone told me that it is in your, the spam. Then I got it in the spam.
In your what?
Spam.
You see, I told them to send it to my email.
Doctor.
It was,
we are not talking about iTalim. If your submission done in iTalim, the file will be there.
but
if the
again, my
submission
question
done
is,
through email, then you have to check thoroughly your email account.
but again, my question is, if someone failed to submit in iTalim within the deadline, what should he do?
They can, I think, as alternative choice, they can always do the submission via email.
Okay.
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 Along with the explanation why they submit it late.
Okay. Thank you.
But if it's like one day later after that, you couldn't. I mean, your judgment. You haven't used your judgment. If it is that long, for me personally, I wouldn't accept that. If it is like half an hour, 1 hour, okay, I think I can think of that. Okay, and then see what is the explanation from the student. If it is like one whole day, two days late, so I wouldn't accept that.
Let's say you have 30 to 40 or 50 students in one of the section. One of them may have problem.
Yeah.
One of them or two of them may have problem.
I may foresee that as one of the scenario.
But normally the problem with the students who have problems with iTalim, with the submission of assignments to iTalim, based on my experience, is they normally submit, they try to submit the assignment close to the submission deadline. That's the reason that they could not submit it. Because, so I think at this stage, we may inform the students that they'll be submitting their assignment or their examination scripts via iTalim. So we may advise them to start looking at their account, because some of the students, they have never even used iTalim in their students' life. So I think it will be a problem to them. So they've got to start, we may need to start to inform them so that they'll be able to look at it. If there is any problem, they can inform CPD, Center for Professional Development, the one that's in charge of this iTalim.
Oh, so if that is the case,
Dr. Fiam.
I would suggest that the due date is 9 to 9. If it is one whole day, 24 hours, and the buffering time is right after the due, which is like 1 hour. So from this time, they will do the submission. Expecting that they may do the submission late, so they still have time, but 1 hour after the due, to 9 to 10 as a buffering time for them to do the submission.
Sorry, can I ask a question? Is it possible for the students to submit before the due date?
Yes.
Before the due, it's possible.
Yes.
So they can
let's say, for
submit.
example, they finish it within 3 hours time. They can do the submission and then done. Yeah.
Okay.
And have it done earlier.
Dr. Fiam, can I ask a question?
Dr. Fiam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I couldn't read the chatting part because I'm focusing on the presentation. If you feel that you want to ask verbally, is better.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, please.
Dr. Fiam, Rabi'ah here. So I want to ask that in the guideline it says that the students can submit up to maximum 3 attempts. So is it automatically that the students are allowed to submit up to 3 times, or is it something that we have to do it manually, to set it manually?
No. Okay. We are talking now about submitting the file answer script, which is one single file.
Yes.
Okay. So because the nature of iTalim is that once you do the submission, and then within the the period is still there. I mean the time is still there. Student can always edit that submission. They can
Oh,
always
I
edit.
see. Okay.
They can always edit. So I did mention this to Dr. Aini. Okay, no need to have like couple of files inside. I think because student can always edit the file and then have the recent file uploaded. They don't have to get it done in the form of like draft 1, draft 2, draft 3. If there is the practice, if you advise your student, this is the way of doing things, you can do so. It's because they can always do the editing of the submission and then submit the recent one. There's number of files. Okay, I'm talking about. For attempts, maybe you are talking about not submission of files. Rather, you are talking about quiz, which is different. I mean, MCQ question type, which is different, which is not under assignment. We will put there under like quiz type module. I will cover that later after this for quiz.
Okay.
For quiz type, it can be done using what we call number of attempts. But it can be done that. So we are now about file submissions rather than not quiz type or MCQ question type submission.
Okay, so it means that iTalim will automatically allow. So we don't need to change the. There is nothing that we need to change.
You can decide number of attempts.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. Okay, I will cover that later after this, after the submitting submission of files as your final exam, open book of the final exam. Okay, I think I have covered. It's clearly there, and the item will be made available to your student starting from 30th of July within this particular time, 9 p.m. Okay. So this is for the iTalim 1. If the nature of the question is in the form of essay type questions, and where you will use answer script given to your student for them to do the and compile their answer. Okay, if it is in the form of, we're still in iTalim 1. For some, I've been informed that for some subjects, you have your final exam in the form of MCQ type questions. Like we have maybe 50 questions MCQ type, okay, or maybe more than that. Even I've been informed 100 question MCQ type. That's overload. This for me, overwhelming. Okay. So maybe your student get familiar with that nature of question. So it doesn't matter. But how to handle that? Okay, how to handle that? For MCQ question type, we don't use assignment module. We use what we call quiz module in iTalim. Okay, you use it quiz. We use quiz module in iTalim. I believe that for those who prefer to do it in a form of MCQ question type, you're familiar with iTalim. You get use yourself with question bank, how to prepare. I don't want to cover those. Okay, I don't want to cover those. And you have your question ready, and then you upload all your question inside your question bank, and then you have it ready there, okay, for you to create using your item, using your final exam using quiz module. Okay, so we just move from there, that part onwards. Okay, I don't want to cover question bank and how to import, how to create questions, because that may take longer. Okay, now, in order to do so, for those with MCQ question type, okay, as your final examination, in order to do so, you just click the add an activity or resource, you scroll down, and then move to quiz. Okay, move to quiz. Then add. Okay, just name it like final examination put there MCQ. Okay. Okay, once done, you have to decide the timing clearly. Okay. So for example, I want to open it, I want to enable it first, okay, and then close and open. Enable both. I want to enable it on 21st of July, starting from 9 a.m. Okay, 9 a.m. And then it will consume up to 6 hours. Okay, 6 hours. So within the same day, 31st July, and then 6 hours, that will be 15. Okay. Okay. So it will start 9 a.m. will end 3 p.m. the same day. Okay, the same day. And then you have to decide the timing, enable the timing. Say for example, 60, which is 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour. The rest leave it blank. I think the rest is okay. Okay, the rest is okay. I mean for timing. Okay, just decide the timing, 60 minutes, and then when the quiz will be open, and then when the quiz will be closed. And then next, for grade. Okay, for grade, it's under grade section.
Excuse me, Dr. Faham. I have question.
Yeah.
Why the timing is 1 hour, not like 6 hours? I mean, what is the time?
6
the
hours
time
is
limit,
up
sorry.
here. It's up here.
Okay,
31st to 36, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is 6 hours. This is the time frame. The time limit is for them to do the answering. Once they start doing the answering, 1 hour for them to complete all the quiz.
Okay.
And all question in the quiz. Do you understand me?
Okay, understand. Thank you, Dr. Faham. Yes,
Okay.
yes, I understand. Thank you.
Once they start do the attempt, they have 1 hour to complete. Okay, so that's the meaning. Okay, that's the meaning. Time we put here time limit. Okay. Okay, so for undergrad, you have to decide how many attempts you allow your student to do the final exam. Okay, say for example, for me, normally I will give another chance, another attempt. Okay, to my students, so that they may recall better, or maybe revise their lesson in a better manner. So I not only 1, but I put here 2, but not unlimited. No. Put the number of attempts. I put that 2, indicating that if they give first attempt and then they're done with the first attempt, they have another chance, another attempt to do the quiz. Can you understand me that? Can you understand me? I think this is clear. Okay, this is clear.
Yes.
And then normally the grading method I will put here as grade, the highest grade. From the 2 attempts, the highest one is the one selected. The highest one is the one selected for this particular exam. Okay, as the student's result. Okay, you can have any other options like average if you want to do average, but normally I will put there the highest grade rather than average. And then later, what are the options that we need to decide? Review option. Okay, this is another setting which is very important. Under review section, where is review section? Okay, review option. Make sure that you disable all. You disable all. The blue buttons in blue color indicating that those functionalities enable. So you have to disable all. Disable all. Okay. You do not want to show them the marks, the result, of course. You don't want to show them the feedback. So all must be disabled. Just done. Okay. Once done, it's just a message appear that you have done this activity or this final exam only. Okay, with no marks, with no feedback. Okay, so this is the one that you have to implement. Okay, and then edit quiz. Okay, so once done, save and display. Okay, you need not to do restrict access. No, you don't have to do that. For open book examination, you have to set restrict access simply because if you don't set restrict access, the student can still have access to the item and download the file. They couldn't do the submission, but they can download the additional file that you have added there. Okay, so that's why we put the restrict access. Okay, for quiz, we don't have any additional file, so it's just open. For them to do the quiz, must be within the specific time provided. So no need to set their restrict access. So once done with that, save and display to see the content of our quiz is still empty. There is no questions yet. In order to add question inside, edit the edit quiz, and then you download here. You insert inside your quiz all the questions in random. Okay, in random. So how many questions you have inside? Say for example, you have 100 questions. Okay, from 100 questions for this particular final exam, I will have it 50 questions. Okay, 50 questions. So you extract 50 questions in random from the 100. Okay, question bank. Okay, so that's the idea. So for me, I have some question inside. I put the random question. I have 20 questions. Okay, I want to select all, but I want to put it in random. Okay, so every single time the question script generated, they will be put in random. Okay, so once done, you click there, add random. So I have 20 questions will be generated in random. Okay, in random. 1, 2, up to till number 20. So 20 questions. And then you decide how many marks. Okay, maximum grade, how many marks for this activity. Normally, a final exam, I mean, like 30, it's up to you. Maybe 40 is, I mean, too much. Normally lesser than 40, like 30. Okay, so I have here 30 marks. So one, you put there 30 marks for this particular quiz, and then you have insert your questions in the random, save. Okay, done. So you have saved everything. You back to the your question page. So you have final examination there. Student may click. They can click that. What is this? Okay. Okay. This is iTaklim. I think we experienced problem with iTaklim. Do you have your iTaklim online with you? Can you just open your iTaklim? Is it workable? Okay, I log in once again. Okay, everyone, can you open your iTaklim and see, is it okay with you?
No, I can't access.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
I'm not able to log in at all.
So it happens during our training session. Okay. Okay, I couldn't even log in.
I can't log in either.
Okay. So just wait a second. Maybe the system refresh. I couldn't even log in. Okay, so we're about to finish. Once finish, the quiz activity, the quiz final exam will be made available on your course page. Once student click, they wouldn't be able to attempt until the period for the attempts comes. Okay, which is like 6 hours, 31st from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Okay, that's all. Okay, that's the whole idea. That's for the we still iTaklim 1 if the question is like MCQ question type, which is quiz. Yeah.
Dr. Fiham. So what happened to you now? The same thing can happen to any student during the exam. The problem that happened to you now, this problem can happen to any student during the exam. So what he will do?
That's why we give flexible time, the time longer. like the quiz is like 1 hour. You have like 6 hours for them to complete the exam. If it is the final examination open book, we open the period up to 1 whole day for them to do the submission. This system may down for some hours, but again, it will appear, and then online they can do the submission later after that. That's why the timing is important. Give flexibility for the submission.
Can they save whatever they will do?
Are you talking about the quiz type or the submission of file?
Both of them. Let's say in the middle of it, problem happened. Before that, can they save these things?
Okay. For the submission of file, they will do that. It has no relation with iTalim. They will do that. While they're surfing maybe some other website, not iTalim. No need to be online all the time with iTalim. Once they get the question and then they start answering in the answer script, they don't have to be connected to iTalim. That's one. For the quiz, if in the middle of answering the questions, like maybe half of the questions done, and then all of a sudden system down, system of iTalim been set where if the activity shut down in the middle or maybe some problems happen in the middle, the work done will be safe. Okay, and student will have an option where they can resume right after the previous session. If they stop, say for example number 10, they can start right from there, 10 onwards. Okay, once they do the quiz, start do that all over again. Start do that from and open the iTalim. They can just resume the activity. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, once again. Okay, maybe one of us like Dr. Ainin, maybe you can contact the CPD and communicate with CPD what's actually happening. We are still in the middle of the sharing session. It can be done. Maybe the system need to be refreshed or some things happen there. So we couldn't even access the iTalim now. Okay, any more questions?
Yeah,
Yes.
Dr. Phang, can you show us how to access the file so that we can grade on the computer itself? We don't print the answer scripts out.
Okay, let's second because I couldn't access iTalim now. Okay, login once again.
Oh, I've been informed that.
Maybe question. Other questions not related to iTalim.
Yes, Brother Fahim.
Yes, please. I may respond.
I want to ask you. Sorry, I want to ask you. When you mention for MCQ, you mentioned we have 6 hours. Then you came for time limit, and you mentioned 60 minutes. These 60 minutes for what? For submission?
I think I have responded earlier, Dr. Rabia. I think you asked this question.
Actually, Dr. Ziryani mentioned.
Okay.
Where are these 6 hours?
6 hours is a time frame. 6 hours is a time frame. But once you do the attempt, you have 1 hour to finish all 50 questions. Say you have 50 questions.
Oh, that means.
So it wouldn't open forever 6 hours. No, it's only 1 hour for them to do the quiz.
Oh, okay.
The time frame in doing the quiz for the whole session is 6 hours. That's the only, because you wouldn't give your students 6 hours in order to do the MCQ 50 questions. That's not acceptable. Normally you limit the time like maybe half an hour, 1 hour for them to do quiz. It's just only quiz, which is maybe less than 1 hour can be done. Yeah.
I have another question.
Yeah, please.
Dr. Aini, you want to talk first?
It's okay. It seems that IT is doing something now with iTalim. So they are for test or what? Without informing about it. So this is a problem. I will inform inshallah C and ITD that we are going to have examination during this period. So there'll be no test. They are not supposed to conduct any test at this time, and to make sure that the system stable at this during the period examination period, inshallah. Okay, yes.
We couldn't access. Okay, any more?
Okay, Dr. Fiham, I have question.
Okay.
Yes, I have question. Okay, I'm Zariani from Soka department. Since we have like MCQ, one paper in which we have MCQ and short answer. So we should have two files in assignment and quiz file. Am I right?
You put that in the form of quiz, but the type of question is like essay, short essay. But later, for the marking of those question in short essay type, it must be done manually. It couldn't be done automatically from iTalim. So you have to see the script. I mean the answer script from the student one by one. But those will be
So all the question must be placed in quiz.
In quiz, better in quiz. It is short answer, am I right? It's not like essay type 2-3 pages, no.
One page will do. It's a very short, 5 marks.
Oh, okay, so it can be done. If that is the case, student must be online all the time while they are answering the quiz. I mean, they are answering the final exam. Can you understand me?
Yes, I understand. So means that MCQ but for MCQ they have 1 hour attempt, but for essay so they have the whole for example 12 hours.
Okay, so okay. let me understand better. If the quiz along with the essay, how long it will take?
8 hours.
8 hours? No, just a short brief. No. If it is like normal questions, I mean during the normal time, if you have like 20 questions, MCQ, and then you have 3 question in short answer type, how long it will take? 1 hour? 2 hours?
We have 60 questions for MCQ. And then we have 2 questions for short essay.
Okay.
So 2 hours. That is for normal exam.
Okay, so if it is 2 hours, let it be 2 hours for the attempt. Do you get me?
Okay, for quiz. I mean, 2 hours is for the whole set of
2 hours
questions.
for the timing, for the time limit. Limit it to 2 hours.
Of the quiz.
Yeah, limit
Okay.
time for the quiz is 2 hours, but the quiz will be open in like you may take longer, 6 hours, maybe 8 hours, okay, like that. So they have the first attempt, and then they can it's up to you whether you want to allow more than 1 attempt to your student or 1 single attempt. So it's up to you. But you have to limit it specific time, like 2 hours for the
quiz only.
for the attempt to be finished. Yeah.
Okay, understand.
Because it's only a short answer, it's not like analysis of scenario, problem-based, question, where they need longer time, 1 whole day for the preparation and you do the submission. I think you have to limit that. Similar to the normal examination session where you have 2 hours, so limit it to 2 hours. Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Fia.
Okay. We still couldn't access the iTalim, Dr. Aini, so I couldn't do much because we depend on iTalim at the moment, unless the question is related to other things. I can assist. Okay, so we move to iTalim 2. For iTalim 2, where the answer script submission, I wouldn't able to show you how you can download the answer scripts, but it's there in iTalim. Later, once the system online, maybe I can show you if you have time. But for iTalim 2, this step where you have all the answer script submitted by your student, right, from the flow, which is iTalim 2. This is the flow, step 6. Where the student do the submission, and the lecturer must ensure that all the students do the submission within the specific given time. Okay, at least 1 hour. Okay, before the deadline. So just set there using the cutoff time. Okay, in order to decide the buffering time for your students. Okay, you have the size limit of 20 megabytes. For the file size, okay, which is the file would be in a form of Microsoft Word. This is in the process flow. I mean, the student need to prepare. This must be explained clearly to your student. The file will be prepared in Microsoft Word format, and then do the submission. And the size of the file must be less than 20 megabytes. Okay, 20 megabytes. Unless that the office officially asks CPD to increase the file size during the exam, there's not the issue, okay. But as of now, we have 20 megabytes as the file size, which is huge for text file only format. Like you will have like volumes, okay, of thesis. If it is like 20 megabytes, okay, file size, okay. If for some reason, the file exceed more than that, I don't know, maybe the student put there inside. Okay, I'm not sure, but this thing happen. Maybe unintentionally they put there inside picture, video, whatever elements, other elements. So the files comes in big size, okay, larger than 20 megabyte. And then I mean, they want to do the submission. Okay, they want to do the submission in the form of URL, which is URL URL address. They save the file on the Google Drive and then share you the URL. Okay, share you the URL. It can be done. Okay, it can be done. But in order to do that, there are some drawbacks. Let me share you what are the drawbacks. Okay, the drawbacks is that once the file submitted to you and then the link given to you, student can still be able to edit the file. That's the drawback. Okay, so I really suggest that you stick with Microsoft Word. Okay, and then do the submission in Microsoft Word file format in iTalim. Don't allow them to do the submission in the form of URL linked to maybe their Google Drive or maybe iCloud or maybe Dropbox, because the drawback is that once the file submitted, they can still always do the editing on the file, and then you will have it, the recent one, edited by the students. Okay, so that's the drawback. Okay, so I think I made myself clear on this point. Is there any question pertaining to the file submission? Still couldn't.
Can you hear me, Dr. Beham?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I need to find out the instruction to students. Can we make this available to students prior to the exam? I mean, even
it's been
like
raised by some of you just now during
candidates?
the earlier time, during the beginning of the session. Yes, it can be shared to your student. The instruction part. Okay, it can be shared, and then if there's any question, the student can always ask. You yourself in order to get a clearer picture.
When it comes to the Word document, and uploading it to your class folder, the student knows exactly this class folder, or is there a specific, I mean, they know the direction? This class folder, what do you mean by class folder?
The class folder is actually the assignment. The item for the final exam. Once they click there, they have an option where they can upload or submit the file.
So at their end, they know exactly what to do, right? This is okay.
You have to explain that. You have to explain that because it's slightly different from the one stated in the procedures and the one that we have in the iTa'lim.
Thank you.
So you have to explain that in order to do the submission, you click the link and then open it and then click submit button in order to do the submission. And prior to that, a message will appear, academic integrity. They must click agree or yes, and then they can do the submission, or else they wouldn't be able to do the submission.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Any more questions? Okay, so I just moved roughly the idea. Okay, the next which is checking attendance. I think checking attendance is very clear. You just go through the list, and then you will see those who have submitted the files and those with no submission. You can from there you can get the attendance, okay, of your students. Okay, and then iTa'lim 4, which is the last one, downloading the answer scripts. Okay, so within the if you are doing it open book, this is not for MCQ. MCQ is you don't have any scripts to be downloaded. But for the open book final examination, you have all the scripts there in iTa'lim. With a click of a button, you can download all the files, all the answer script at once. Okay, the system will compress all the files in one zip file, and then will be downloaded to your computer. So once downloaded, let me share you. This I can share because I have some with me. Once downloaded, this is the nature of the file. Okay, the nature of the file is like it will be like this. Okay, this is the. Okay, let me share in a clear manner. Put it in a better. Please. Okay. 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 So you will have the file in this manner. Okay. This is automatically done by the system. The file will be saved by the name of the course code itself, and then number of section, number of semester. This is the system number. This is system number. Okay. So and then along with the nature of the assignments, I have it in Arabic because my assignment is in Arabic. Okay. So it's a big file. Okay. Because all answers compress and put it inside one single file. It's a zip file. Okay. So once, in order to unzip, just click there or unzip using any unzip software you might have on your computer. So for me, I just click, the system will unzip. Then I have the folder ready. When I open the folder, okay, so you see, this is the nature of the file. Okay. Every single file will be named after the student along with his metric number. This is automatically done by the system. Okay. This is automatically done by the system. Okay. So you just click one by one in order to know, the nature of the assignment or the work answer script from the student and start do the marking. Yeah. This is for step number 4. Okay, for step number 4. There are some issues pertaining to I highlighted here rubrics for marking. Well, inside iTa'lim you can use rubric. You can use rubric, but I couldn't. I won't be able to show you right now because you can create rubric, but during some of the sessions I shared with our colleagues before, there is a guide where you can create rubric and use the rubric for the marking. Okay, for the marking, this will simplify your job more and then expedite the marking process. Okay, because it's there, and then the the marks will be generated from the rubric itself. Okay, I will back to that item once we have iTalim online. The next item issues is for using Turnitin. Okay, Turnitin, which is applicable to the open book lah, for the open book final examinations. In order to do so for Turnitin, I will cover here. Okay, for Turnitin, in order to do so, you have two methods. Okay. The first method is that you ask your student to download, to upload both. Okay, to upload both. Okay, we go the first method this way. You ask your student to upload the answer script. Okay. Once they do the submissions, in order to do Turnitin, you download whatever scripts that you may have inside the open book final examination item, and then you upload to Turnitin one by one. Okay, that may take longer time, and then tiring process. And then Turnitin will generate similarity index. Okay, that's first method. Another method is that you ask your student to upload both. Okay, to upload both. Have them uploaded in iTalim and have them uploaded to Turnitin. Okay, for the open book examination file. Okay, so for Turnitin, in order to use Turnitin, you must be familiar with Turnitin. Okay, you know how to do Turnitin. You have checked Turnitin. Checking your student works before thesis or whatever final FYP or whatever projects. So you must get yourself familiar with Turnitin. Inside Turnitin, you can create class. Okay, with that class, you have the class ID. And then with that class also, you have enrollment key. So you have to supply your student the class ID and enrollment key for that particular class to your student. You have to create a new class for this, we call final examination open book. So once you supply this information to your student can have the information and join the class and upload the answer script. Turnitin will analyze the answer script and generate the similarity index. Okay, so it's up to you whether you want to do the first method or the second method in order to implement Turnitin onto your student work. Okay. Is that clear? Any question explaining to that?
Dr. Fiham?
Yeah.
Putting it into Turnitin, is it mandatory?
This is actually some requests, especially from Dr. Aini. Some of our lecturers, they want to do Turnitin.
But if you have 40 to 50 students and each an answer script should be put in the Turnitin, it is too much work for us.
That's why we have the second method, Doctor. That's why we have the second method, which is you ask your student to do the submission by themselves. But you have to supply class ID and enrollment key to your students.
Okay, but we have iTalim is okay.
Yeah.
iTalim is working now.
Working now, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Finally.
Alhamdulillah. So we stopped just now. Just close this one. I don't need to use Chrome because I'm using Safari most of the time. iTalim. Okay. Okay, back login. Okay, there you go. So we just now we stopped at iTalim. Okay, for the submission, they must do the submission using the file, Microsoft Word. If there is the need to increase the file size, more than 20 megabytes, officially the Kuliah must ask CPD in doing so. So that CPD will enable increasing the file size more than 20, maybe 50 or even more than that. Okay, checking the attendance. See, when you want to do checking the attendance, I just show you how I did that with my students. For those who, I have some of my students here, for instance. Okay, so I have it in the form of using the assignment module. I have it here. Okay, so I'm going to click. This is actually assignment module. Okay, so right from the list, you may see that when you see view all submission, you see that name attached with the submission. So those with no file submission indicating that the student is actually, absent from the class session or from doing the assignment. Okay. So immediately from the list, you may know those with submission and those without submission. So that's in order to check the checking the attendance of your students. So it's as easy as that. At Italian 4, downloading the answer script. Okay, in order to download the answer script right from the assignment, right from the module itself, which is the the final examination open module, because it's empty now. So I'm doing it. I'm showing you now with my students using the assignment module. We will have the similar interface and the similar functionality. Right from here, you can download all submissions. See, download all submission from here. So when I click all submissions, all these file submission will be compressed and put in one single zip file. Okay, let me do that and show you how it's done. Download all submission. Click there. See, and it will be downloaded and put it there inside your download folder. So once you go to your download folder, I go to my download folder. I have the file in zip file. It's a zip file. When I click, I put it inside. Okay. Okay, so this is the file just now. When I click twice, I will just unzip the file. I have the folder. The file will save along with the name of the students and the metric number. So this is the first student. This is the second student, and this is the third student. Okay. So as simple as that. As simple as that. I think I have covered how you can download the answer script. Okay. And then right after the exam finish,
everything into the folder.
Right after you have all the files downloaded, or even before you download all the files, after the exam finish, I will really suggest that you make the item or you make the item hidden. You hide the item. Okay. Okay. Just go inside your iTalim. Where is iTalim just now? Okay. Right after the period ends, okay, the examination period ends, just hidden this item. Then editing on, okay, and then hidden, make it hidden. So student wouldn't be able to access anymore. This is only for security measure, for security measure. Because once you do like if you're doing it in if you do the marking in the form of rubrics, and then you generate the markings using iTalim, the marks will be there inside the assignment module, so student can still have access and then see the marks. Okay, so in order to avoid that, you make the final examination book hidden, so student wouldn't be able to have access to that item and see the marks given by you yourself right after the marking. Okay, so this is only for security measure. Just make the item hidden. Okay. Okay, I think we're done with that. Downloading the answer script and then have it have the item hidden from the student after the period ends. Okay, the one that I want to cover as well is using rubric. How you can use rubric for marking. This will assist you and expedite the process of marking better. Okay. First of all, you have to decide how many marks. Okay, for the exam. Okay, you have to decide 30 marks or how many marks you have to decide for the final book, open book final examination. And then you have to create the rubric based on the answer template that you have prepared. I've been informed that this answer template, every single instructor with open book examination, you must prepare the answer template. Okay, so following that template, okay, following exactly as what you have stated in the answer template. And then you have to decide how many marks for every single item in the template along with the ratings. Okay. It's not rating by definition. It's just only how to classify. One mark to another, 1, 2, 3, or maybe half. You want to add half, so it's up to you. I will show you right after this, and then save the rubric. Once done, you can generate the rubrics. Okay, after marking your, you can mark your student work using the rubric and generate the points. Okay, how to do that? Right from iTalim, okay, when you open examination open book here, click there. Because I'm a lecturer, so I'm instructor, so I can open while editing the item. So right from here, just click advanced grading. Okay. So once you click advanced grading, prior to that, you have to decide how many marks. Okay. How many marks? As of this moment, the grade is stated here 100. So you have to decide how many marks. Okay, maybe 30 marks. So it's 30 marks. You have to decide how many marks for that particular open book examination. Save and display. Okay, so the marks have been decided. Then you move to advanced grading. Go to advanced grading. Okay, so rather than simple direct grading, you put here rubric. Okay, so let's say the first question. This is only my assumption. The question is about a very simple one. Okay, a very simple one. How do you analyze COVID-19 effects on the situation in Malaysia from political, economic, and social perspective? So things like this. Okay, just one question. The question carry 10 marks. Okay, for instance. And then every single political, economic, social perspective, you will give 3 marks, 3, while 1 mark will be allocated to COVID-19 explanation briefly. Okay, so that will be the answer template for this particular question. How to map that using rubric? It's very simple. You just go define your rubric, and then this is your open book exam rubric. Okay, just name it any title. Then right from here, I just put there the first one is COVID definition, COVID-19, or maybe understanding. Okay, here I'll give 1 mark. Okay, 1 mark. So you just divide 1 mark into half. This is half. If you want to divide it into half, or else it's just only 1 mark, 1 or nothing. Okay, so this is 1. So it's actually 1 mark. Okay, the limit is 1 mark. And then you add another. This is for the social perspective, political perspective first. Put there political. Okay. And then put there, because every single perspective will carry 3 marks. Okay, will carry 3 marks. So this is actually 1. This is 2. You have another one at another level, which is 3. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then make copy of this criteria, and then change economic. Then make a copy. You have social. And then save. This is the distribution of how it's not like a rubric by definition. It's just a template where this will assist you in doing the marking. So once that save and make it ready. Once you complete everything from the first question until the last question, save and make it ready. Oh, you have to label it. Oh, okay, doesn't matter. You just label it. I don't want to label. I just put there like dot. The label.
Dr. Fiham, I have a question.
Yep.
For open book exam, can we do it manually?
That question should be asked to your DDVG. Yeah.
What do you mean by
I mean,
manual?
I wouldn't. Of course, you can do that manually. You can do the submission manually without using iTalim. You can use the submit. You can done it the submission in the form of student can do the submission using email or different other means. Yeah.
No. I mean grading. I mean grading of the answer script.
Can be. I mean, you can grade and mark the assignments manually. This is only a tool for you to assist you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's only a tool for you to assist you. Okay, once done, along with all these items and along with the points, this is consists of 10 points, and then you just map for the rest of the other questions along with the points, okay, and then save and make it ready. So once ready, when you do the marking, you just click every single whatever that you have from the rubric. Okay. I just show you how it can be done with my students. Okay, so let's show you here. Okay, maybe the student lah. Student. Okay, here you go. Okay, from here, say for example, this item. When you want to do the marking, just click here, view all submission. Okay, just to make it clearer, I need to disable the editing. Okay, disable the editing so it's clearer. So all the small buttons disappear. Okay, once again. Click on assignment, view all submissions. So the similar, when you have your open book examinations, final examination done, you will have list of your student along with the submission. Okay, along with the submissions. Here the submission is in the form of, we have some of my students submitted in the form of PDF, some of them in the form of Microsoft Word. So it doesn't matter because I didn't specify clearly, it's just only a submission of a file. So if I open, say for example, this particular students, okay, so I just do the grading by clicking the grade button, button for grading, yeah, grade. Okay, you can see the content if you want to see the content, or else if the file have been downloaded, you can run it from local, so it's faster. Okay, so right from here you can do the marking. You can just click one by one, and then once done, save changes. The points will be generated. Okay, the point will be generated here. Automatically. It's automatically done. Is it clear to all? Okay. I want to do grading. Okay, for example, this particular student. This is clear. So this one, and then when you click save changes, point will be generated. Okay, so as simple as that. This will assist you in grading. Okay, in grading the answer script faster using a tool available in the iTalim, which is rubric marking, we call it. Okay, I think I have covered that. Unless that you have any question pertaining to rubric and the rest of other issues related to open book final examination.
Is there any question you may ask now? Dr. Fiham is done with
yeah, it's done.
Dr. Fiham.
So
Dr. Fiham.
for the question session. Yes, Dr. Nazra.
Who is speaking?
Dr. Fiham, can you hear me?
This
This is Nazra from Quran Sunnah.
Okay, Dr. Nazra.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have one question only, which is on the assignment module. Can we upload two documents there? Because you show us that because for Quran Sunnah we have we have two documents to be uploaded for the students. Number one is the exam protocol, and another one, the exam protocol will be in PDF, and the other one is the answering script, which will be in Word document. Can we upload at one time, or we should open or create another entry for each of these documents? Thank you.
Those documents, we consider that under additional files. Am I right?
Actually,
It's additional file.
the question will be in PDF, and the answering script or answering booklet will be in Word. But we want to upload it on the module for the students to see as a question at one time like that. But my previous experience using iTalim was that I'm not sure. I mean, it must be my skill is very limited in that sense, that when I put two documents there, my student can only, when they click the entry, they can only download, only one file will be downloaded. But over here, if you can guide us a little bit of how we can upload
you can put more than one, Doctor. Let me show you.
All right, thank you very much.
Says, for example, this is final examination open book, the one that I have created earlier. Here I put it two files, see? One file and second file. So when you do the editing, the file can be deleted.
I can also put two files, Dr. Fiham. But when my students, they used to claim that when they click it, only one file will be opened. Will be downloaded. The other file, the second file, which is not by default file, wouldn't be downloaded. Can you help me in that sense? Thank you.
Okay, let me show you my view as a student. Let me acting as a student. Switch role to student. This is student role. This is what the student will see. Okay, from the open book final examination. When they click, this is what they will see. They will see the grading criteria, the rubric along with the points. And then they will see two files. This is the first file. When I click the first file, this is PDF file, will be downloaded. And then I click the second file. This is Microsoft Word file, also will be downloaded. So both will be downloaded, Doctor. When I open my download folder, it's there inside my download folder. Yeah.
All right. So it's a different. I can see now. It's a different view as compared to the normal entry for the topic. Thank you very much. It's clear now.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Any more questions?
Dr. Fiham, can you hear me?
Yeah, please.
Okay. About the assignment, one of my assignment is basically they have to do a video presentation. Can I just do an assignment on iTalim and they submit their video presentation on iTalim?
Video presentation, normally the file is huge, Doctor. Yes. The file is huge.
Yes.
If it is video presentation, because the presentation file will consist of audio, maybe video, along with the nature of the PowerPoint, with pictures, with animation. So most probably the file is huge. If the file is huge, larger than 20 megabytes, you wouldn't be able to do the submission. iTalim wouldn't accept the file because it's larger than the file limit. In order to do so, I would really suggest that you do the submission in the form of URL. Ask the student to do the submission using the URL of the file saved on their Google Drive. So make the file, share the file with others, with you, the URL. Make sure that the file is accessible, okay, to you, and then you have the privilege to view the file. Okay, in order to do so, which is different, this is not, they have no recognition. This is submitting the assignment using Google Drive as a URL, So in order to do so, you just edit a little bit your assignment. Let me go back to my instructor view. Okay, right from here, you do the editing, edit the setting of your assignment, and enable, rather than file submission, you click online text. Can you get me, Doctor?
Yes, yes.
So when you click online text, you save and display. When you save and display, and then just student acting like this is student view. This is what they will see when they click add submission. They have a space here for them to copy paste the URL.
Okay, all right.
This is the I mentioned to all of you just now at integrity or declaration. This is declaration. In order to do the submission, student must declare first. If I click here, I click something and then save changes. I wouldn't able to do the submission unless I click this button. This is declaration. This is for open book examination. So this is the message, declaration message for them to agree before the submission. This is what I'm talking about just now, about the declaration. Okay. So for in your case, Doctor, just enable the online text rather than file submission.
Thank you.
Yeah. So any more?
Dr. Faham, just now you mentioned the integrity form related to the submission, but how about the quiz module?
For quiz module.
For MCQs.
Okay, let me check. I have to check on that. Okay. Let me check. Do we have the similar or not? Okay, let me edit setting. I think we don't have that for the quiz type, Doctor. The option is not there.
So how do we go about it? Do we give another module just to attend to the integrity form, or?
Okay. No, we don't have that. We don't have that. Let me see. Most probably right from the quiz you can add text only. Not a question. It's like a statement from the text, from the quiz. From the quiz, if you go edit quiz, or edit quiz, from here, you can add. This is like 10. This has been attempted, so I couldn't. There is no editing. I mean, I couldn't edit because it's been attempted. So let me go to the new one. So sorry, the new one. This is the new one. Okay, edit quiz. Okay, so you can add a new question. Make the question in the form of like a statement, description, yeah, description, Doctor. And then put the description, add, and then just put it like the last one. Okay. Description text. Okay. And then save change.
So this description type of question won't be accounted as a random.
Yeah. There is no marks there. It's only description. So put description at the end.
At the end, okay.
Just drag at the end. It's like yeah. There you go. Where is it?
Okay.
So once you do the save and then you click preview. Okay, start attempt. You see the last one is description. This is description text. Yeah,
okay.
It's like the last one.
Okay.
This is actually just my idea just came a couple of minutes back.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, then the student click. There is no marks here, it's only description.
Okay. One more question, Doctor. Okay, for our paper we have 80 MCQs. So can we break it down into two, like part one in the morning, part two in the afternoon? Is it possible?
Doctor, you have 2 MCQ.
No, we have 80 MCQs. 80
80 questions.
MCQs. Yeah. So is it possible, is it okay if we want to break it down into part one and part two? Part one in the morning, part two in the afternoon?
So you have like 3 hours for the time period, and then every single attempt will be like half an hour. Am I right?
Yeah, approximately.
Okay, so it can be done that way.
Because I was informed that for each course, we are allocated for the whole day, 24 hours, right?
For
one
some,
course.
it actually depends on the instructor. Maybe instructor want to open for open book 1 whole day, or maybe longer than that. If it is MCQ, maybe you, you may consider to shorten the period to every, couple of hours only. So it's up to the instructor, I assume.
I see.
Yeah.
I need to check.
For further
that.
information, you may contact the Tiny.
Okay.
I'm not in place of giving you, the instruction, but this is only my view.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. Any more questions? We are approaching the end of the sharing session. I thank all for your. Unless is there any questions, so I'm more than happy to respond. Okay. So a message from the Tiny: use the integrity as attached in the answer script. The one in iTalim is actually optional. You can add and use the one in the iTalim. Of course, the one in answer script is the must. Okay, it's a must for your student to have the signature put there inside the form. I think thank you all for good sharing. Even I learn as always new things from the rest, and I believe that under the supervision monitoring of the RKHS office, in particular the deans of the academic affairs, things can be carried out as planned, inshallah. Okay, so with that, thank you very much all. Thank you very much, Dr. Aini, for the invitation and for the sharing session. We have another one tomorrow. I'm not sure whether it's still on or not based on the number of participants I've been informed. But if it's there, I will make myself available, inshallah. So thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Shah.
It's up to you now.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fian. Yeah, we still have the session tomorrow. It's hands-on a physical class. Yeah. So if you are interested to attend the session, it's going to start at 9:30 in the morning, 9:30 until 11:30. So you may send email. I've already checked this information via email. So you may check email register because you want to know how many is going to turn up tomorrow. So please bring your laptop if you're interested to attend. And please
Dr. Aini, there is a question asking for the recording. So maybe you can reply on that and then make the recording ready, inshallah.
Yes, we are recording the session. So inshallah, we'll share this recorded session soon. Soon, I'm not sure how soon it is because I've got to also get assistance from our TSU, technical assistance unit, to assist us on uploading it or to get it to get this record session ready. And inshallah, I will email all of you this recorded session. Okay, so thank you very much, Dr. Pina, for very useful information, and guideline on how to conduct examination. So I hope, and thank you very much to all the participants as well. So my dear colleagues, I hope all of you are clear with what has been explained by Dr. Fiham. So if you have any question, you may always ask me, you may always pose the question to me. But if it's something that's related to iTalim, I think you may send an email to Dr. Fiham. I'm not the expert, yes, he's the expert. But I will try my best to inshallah inform CPD, the one who's in charge, the center that's in charge of iTalim, for getting this iTalim ready during the examination period. Next week, I think by 27 until 16th of August, 26th of July until 16th of August. most of us are going to use iCloud. Alright, so that's all from us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum.
Thank you very much all. Barakallahu fikum. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.